It's Wednesday morning in the fabulous Florida Keys. I'm Gary McAdams with eXp Realty. Mother Nature's decided to spare us today and be a little bit more kind. We're going to have weather with temperatures up around 70, low 70s all day, which is a little cool for my liking. You can see I have my fleece jacket on. I just came back from my walk along the beach, but great weather for the tourists. You'll see the locals walking around in the jackets and winter hats and long pants, and you'll see the tourists in their bikinis and bathing suits out sunning, going in the water on the beach. But that's the Florida Keys in the winter. This is my morning market MLS update video I do every day right about this same time. I report all the new listings in Key West and the lower Keys that have come on the market in the last 24 hours. That's everything from Big Pine Key down to Key West. If you watch this video every day, you'll know about all the new listings the same day the realtors find out about them. You can also get a much more detailed description of these listings, including photographs, if you follow my blog, keywestinvesting.com. There's a lot more information on the blog about the homes, a lot more details, any unique features the home might have. It'll have photos of the inside of the house, photos of the outside of the house. If the house happens to be waterfront, it happens to have a pool, there'll be photos of the water view, photos of the boat dockage, photos of the pool. Just a lot more information than I can cram into a couple-minute YouTube video. Again, that web address is keywestinvesting.com. If you like this video and you want to stay current with what's being listed in the Florida Keys at what price, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And as long as you're subscribing, or even if you're already a subscriber, you'll see that thumbs up like symbol right next to the subscribe button. If you could just click on that, that helps my channel advance in the YouTube algorithm. It'll help my channel grow, so I'd appreciate it if you could just click on that like button real quick. Today we have 7 new listings to go over, but before I tell you about the new listings, there's too many lawyers in the state of Florida, so I have to cover the boring legal stuff. The information I'm about to give you comes directly from the Florida Keys Multiple Listing Service. I'm not accepting any responsibility for any of these listings. I'm not claiming any of these listings to be my own listing. And I'm not accepting any responsibility if there's any inaccuracies in the information I give you. I'm simply reading it to you right from the Florida Keys Multiple Listing Service. The first one we have is a condo on United Street in Key West's Old Town neighborhood. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 622 square foot condo. It's just about 4 blocks off Duval Street, an easy walk to Duval Street to the restaurants and the shops and the nightlife. It's in a nice quiet location. United Street's a great street filled with multi-million-dollar homes. This one's being offered at $849,000, which is a very good price for a home that close to Duval Street, even if it is only a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, or for a condo that close, I should say. My only concern with this particular condo is this one's like a lot of the other condos. The big houses back in the day when the families would have 7, 8, 9, 10 kids and have these huge mammoth houses. Developers have come in and bought them and broken them off into small 3 and 4 and 5 unit condos. This particular building only has 4 units. If you are interested in this property while you're in your due diligence inspection period, make sure you take a good hard look at the condo association's financial documents. And most importantly, their reserves. You want to see how much money they have in reserves. What the reserves are used for is any upcoming unexpected maintenance on the building. The building needs a new roof. The building needs to be sided. The building needs to be tented for termites. If there's not enough money in the reserves for that, each owner gets an assessment that you have to pay pretty well right then and there. And an assessment for a new roof or residing the building's not that much if you're in a big condo complex with a couple hundred units, but this particular condo complex only has 4 units, so 4 people splitting the bill to reside the entire building and put a new roof on the entire building can get pretty costly if you don't have the money in the reserves. Assuming their reserves are okay, it's a great location, it's a great condo, and it's a very fair price, but definitely we want to take a look at those reserves while you're still in your inspection period and able to back out. Then we go up to Big Carpet Key on Boca Chica Road in the Seaside Resort. Seaside Resort is a mobile home community. It's a gated community, and they have excellent security. It is very difficult to get in that gate unless you live there, even if you're going to visit somebody. I have a friend who lives there. I go visit a lot. He has to call the gate, tell them I'm coming. I show up, give them my name, his address. They take a photo of my license plate of my car. Then they call him to confirm he still wants to allow me in the gate. Then I finally get in the gate. They also have somebody else either walking or riding a golf cart around the gate 24 hours a day for security. There's a very nice resort-style pool there and then a smaller pool. There's a full-service marina with a fuel dock, boat ramp, ship store. They sell bait and tackles, beer, wine, sunblock, fishing equipment, all the goodies you'd need for a day out on the water. They have a basketball court there and a tennis court. This one's a one-bedroom, one-bathroom, 748 square foot mobile home. So it's a big mobile home for one bedroom, one bathroom. It's being offered at only $325,000, which is an excellent price for any property. It's less than 10-minute ride into Key West. It would be a great vacation, weekend getaway or winter home, or just a single person or a couple that wants something small. They want to be close to Key West and don't want to spend a bunch of money. This is a great opportunity right here. It's a very nice community. Then we go up to Summerland Key on Center Street. Summerland Key is very popular with the boaters because they have deeper water boating, deeper canals, the deeper controlling depth. Any of the canals in Summerland, you can easily get a 40, 50 plus foot boat in there with no problem. This one's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,584 square foot canal front house. It's being offered at $895,000, which is an extremely low price for anything on Summerland Key. However, Center Street is one of the less desirable streets on Summerland. Unless you absolutely needed the deep water for your boating, personally, I would rather take that same $895,000 and you can go up to Ramrod Key, Little Torch Key, or Big Pine Key, and get a house on a much nicer street than Center Street. But if you do have a big boat and you want the deep water boating and you want the prestige of the Summerland Key address, this is a very low price for a waterfront home in Summerland Key. It's extremely rare you see something under $1 million, and actually pretty rare you even see something under $1.5 million, with some of the higher end houses going up in the $4 and $5 million plus range. Then we go to Ramrod Key at a subdivision called Breeze-Swept Beach Estates. There's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,764 square foot canal front home on Barbados Lane. This home is very clean, very low maintenance. The entire yard is P-rock. The yard's completely fenced in. You have a 60-foot dock out from the backyard. Excellent boating. You get about 3 or so at low tide, maybe 4 at high tide, foot controlling depth. So you could get a 30-ish plus foot boat in there. Once you get out of the canal system, you ride out into one of the deepest and widest boating channels there is in all of the lower keys. And about a 15-minute ride, 20-minute ride out to Lukey Reef if you want to go diving or snorkeling, a quick shot offshore to do some offshore fishing. Or if you wanted to go into the backcountry, which I personally feel is the most beautiful boating in all of the Florida Keys. You just make a left through Newfound Harbor, which is that same deep, wide boating channel under the bridge into Pine Channel, which is also a very deep, wide boating channel. And all of a sudden, you're out in the backcountry in the flats where you're in 1.5 to 3 feet of water. You'll see the stingrays, you'll see the nurse sharks burrowing under the sand, the tarpon jumping, the permit, the bone fishing. Amazing bird watching out there. And then they have a lot of sandbars, uninhabited islands with a nice sandy beach where the locals will just beach their boat and get together in groups of 20 plus boats, having an afternoon cookout on the water, or a happy hour, cocktail hour on the water, watch the sunset and come in. This one's being offered at $1,195,000, which is a very good price for a house on Breeze-Swept Beach that size with such good boating. Then also in Breeze-Swept Beach Estates on Barbuda Lane, I won't go into my whole spiel about how much I like Breeze-Swept Beach because I'd just be repeating what I said about the house above on Barbados. It's the exact same canal system. This one is a few canals back, but it only adds about 5 minutes onto your commute out to the open water. This is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,176 square foot house. It has a nice tiki hut in the backyard, so you can sit in the shade in the tiki hut if you want to get some shade, but look at the water and watch the boats go by, or plenty of room to sit out if you want to suntan on the canal and watch the boats go out. It's It's a great location, a very nice neighborhood. This one's being offered at $947,000, which is a very good buy. Then on Big Pine Key, in a subdivision called Pine Channel Estates on Forest Hill Ave, we have a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,472 square foot canal front home. This house has about 75 foot of dock space, 75 foot of canal front. Pine Channel Estates is one of the more upscale subdivisions in Big Pine Key. It has deep water boating. You have a 4-foot draft. You could easily get a 40-plus foot boat in there. You go into Pine Channel, which is the same channel I just mentioned when I was talking about the houses on Breeze-Swept Beach Estates. And if you want to go offshore, you just go under the bridge and then you're in Newfound Harbor, which is that channel I said is the deepest and widest boating channel in all of the lower keys. And if you want to go out into the backcountry for that same beautiful boating, you just make a left through Pine Channel and you're out in the backcountry in just a couple of minutes. Forest Hill Ave is also the premier street in Pine Channel Estate. So you're getting a house on the premier street of one of the most sought-after, desirable subdivisions on Big Pine Key. This one's being offered at $1,699,000, which is an excellent price for a house this size on that street in Pine Channel Estates. And the last one is also on Big Pine, out in a subdivision called Port Pine Heights. Port Pine Heights is the old rustic Florida Keys living. There's a complete 100% building moratorium on Port Pine Heights, so what you see now is what your great-grandchildren will see. A large portion of the lots are vacant and they're owned by the government, so you'll never see any building on there. You wake up in the morning or at sunset, the key deer tend to come out at sunrise and sunset. It won't be unique to see, 6, 7, 8 key deer right in your backyard. You can go out and pet them like an animal. They'll eat right out of your hand. Just don't get caught. That is illegal, but everybody does do it. I have a friend who lives out there, and she'll put an apple in her mouth and bend down, and the deer will come up and eat the apple right out of her mouth. She calls them all by name, and they know their name. They come over and visit her. This one's a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 1,428 square foot house. It's on a canal front lot with great boating. You're pretty well already in that backcountry that I've described in the last 3 listings with the beautiful boating, the flats, the fishing, the bird watching. And it's a pretty easy ride to get out offshore if you want to go out and go diving or snorkeling or offshore fishing. This one's being offered at $1,075,000, which is a very good price for a house that size and a lot that big. Out in Port Pine Heights, you have good boating, a very quiet neighborhood. It's nature lover's paradise. It's an excellent neighborhood. I like Port Pine Heights a lot. And that's all we have for today. If you want to take a look at any of these homes or any home anywhere in the Florida Keys, give me a call at 305-731-0501. And don't forget to check out my blog, keywestinvesting.com. I'm Gary McAdams with eXp Realty.